Hello there. If you're navigating the complexities of diabetes after 40, you already know it's a journey filled with daily decisions. It's a constant balancing act, isn't it? You're meticulously tracking what you eat, remembering your medications, and those finger pricks, they become almost second nature. It's a routine that can feel exhausting just thinking about it, let alone living a day in and day out. You're doing your best, focusing on the obvious villains, that extra slice of cake or a missed dose. But what if I told you there's a hidden player, a silent partner, or perhaps a sneaky saboteur that's been influencing your blood sugar levels without you even realizing it? You might be surprised to learn that your nighttime blood sugar could be quite a performance act, putting on a show even when you believe everything is under control. Many of you managing diabetes type 2 after 40 often focus primarily on your diet, convinced that's the main area requiring all your attention. And yes, diet is undeniably crucial. But what if the real culprit, the hidden villain, isn't just what you're eating, but how you're sleeping? What if your disrupted sleep is the unexpected antagonist in your quest for better glycemic control? Forget that old adage, sleep is for the weak, because when it comes to diabetes management, nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, if you truly want to tame your diabetes, to bring those numbers into a more manageable range, the quality of your sleep isn't just important. It's the secret weapon no one explicitly told you about. Have you ever considered that your exhaustion, the feeling of irritability, or those unexplained spikes in glucose might be directly linked to how well you're sleeping? You see, we're talking about something far more profound than just feeling rested. Imagine for a moment a powerful ally, a loyal partner, that's available to you every single night. This ally has the potential to simplify your journey, to make that daily grind feel a little less daunting. I'm talking about sleep, my dear friends. Many of us, especially as we age, tend to underestimate the sheer power of a good night's rest. We push through, we burn the candle at both ends, thinking we can catch up later. But the truth is, sleep is absolutely fundamental. It's not just about feeling refreshed. It's about regulating your blood sugar, controlling your weight, and even significantly improving your mood. If you've been feeling drained, easily frustrated, and consistently seeing your glucose levels on the higher side, it's highly probable that your sleep routine is screaming for some much-needed attention. So, are you ready to demystify this critical relationship? Are you prepared to discover how a truly turbocharged sleep routine can unlock a quality of life you might not have even imagined was possible? We're going to explore together why sleep is so incredibly vital for anyone living with diabetes, especially after 40. And more importantly, we'll begin to understand how you can start crafting a routine that helps you sleep like a baby, even with your glucose levels sometimes putting up a fight. It's time to stop just enduring the night and start leveraging it for your health. To truly master this vital, yet often overlooked aspect of diabetes management, you first need to understand the intricate dance between your sleep and your blood sugar. In our next segment, we'll dive deep into the fascinating physiological connections, revealing exactly how a poor night's sleep impacts your hormones and, consequently, your glucose levels. You won't want to miss it. In our last segment, we left off pondering the immense power of sleep and how it could be your secret weapon in managing diabetes. We touched upon the idea of an intricate dance between your sleep and your blood sugar, and now it's time to pull back the curtain and truly understand the choreography of this vital connection. You see, it's not just about feeling tired. There are profound physiological processes at play every single night, influencing your health in ways you might not have fully grasped. Have you ever woken up after a restless night feeling not just groggy, but also irritable? Perhaps even noticing your blood sugar numbers are unexpectedly high, despite your best efforts with diet and medication? It's a common scenario, and it's not just a coincidence. When your body is deprived of adequate, restorative sleep, it interprets this as a significant stressor. And what happens when your body perceives stress? It kicks into survival mode, unleashing a cascade of stress hormones, most notably cortisol. Think of cortisol as your body's alarm system, designed to get you ready for fight or flight. Now, here's where it directly impacts your diabetes. Cortisol, while essential for many bodily functions, is also a powerful antagonist to insulin. It essentially tells your cells to become less sensitive to insulin signals, a phenomenon we call insulin resistance. Imagine your insulin as a key and your cells as locks. When cortisol levels are elevated due to poor sleep, it's like someone subtly jamming the locks. Your body then needs to produce even more insulin to try and transport the sugar from your bloodstream into your cells. This extra effort can lead to higher blood sugar spikes, both during the night and the following day. It's a relentless demand on your pancreas. And over time, this persistent insulin resistance can accelerate the progression of diabetes complications. But the plot thickens beyond just insulin. Your sleep also plays a critical role in regulating your appetite and weight. When you don't get enough quality sleep, the delicate balance of two crucial hormones, ghrelin and leptin, gets thrown completely out of whack. Ghrelin is the hormone that signals hunger, the one that makes your stomach rumble. Leptin, on the other hand, is the hormone that tells your brain you're full, signaling satiety. What happens when your sleep is compromised? Your body starts producing more ghrelin, making you feel hungrier and, simultaneously, less leptin, meaning you don't feel full as easily. What's the immediate and often frustrating result of this hormonal imbalance? You find yourself feeling an increased urge to eat, often craving those quick fix, high-calorie, and heavily processed foods. We've all been there, haven't we? That irresistible pull towards sugary snacks or comfort carbs after a poor night's sleep. This makes controlling your blood sugar and managing your weight an even steeper uphill battle, creating a vicious cycle where poor sleep fuels unhealthy eating, which in turn makes diabetes management harder. This isn't just theory or anecdotal observation. Numerous scientific studies have unequivocally proven this critical connection between sleep deprivation and worsened diabetes outcomes. Research has consistently shown that individuals with diabetes who regularly sleep less than 6 hours per night face a significantly elevated risk of developing serious, long-term complications. We're talking about an increased likelihood of heart disease, kidney problems, and even neuropathy, that debilitating nerve damage that can severely impact your quality of life. It's a stark, compelling reminder that what happens during your nighttime hours has profound, far-reaching implications for your overall health and well-being. So, you now understand how poor sleep actively sabotages your blood sugar control, impacting everything from your hormones to your cravings. But this leads to another crucial question, doesn't it? You might be thinking, okay, I get it, sleep is incredibly important, but why is it so incredibly hard to get good sleep, especially for someone like me, managing diabetes after 40? That's an excellent, deeply relevant question, and it's precisely what we'll dive into next. We'll uncover the unique challenges that age and diabetes often present to your sleep cycle, helping you understand the why behind those restless nights and preparing you to tackle them head-on. In our last conversation, we delved deep into the fascinating, yet often challenging, physiological dance between your sleep and your blood sugar. You now understand how poor sleep actively works against your efforts to control diabetes, impacting everything from your hormones to your cravings. We left off with a crucial question, didn't we? You might be thinking, okay, I get it. Sleep is incredibly important. But why then is it so incredibly hard to get good sleep, especially for someone like me, managing diabetes after 40? That's an excellent, deeply relevant question, and it's precisely what we're going to unravel together right now. You see, as we journey through life, particularly as we cross that 40-year mark, your body undergoes a series of subtle, yet significant, changes that can directly interfere with your ability to achieve restful sleep. Have you ever noticed that you don't seem to sleep as deeply as you once did, or that you wake up more frequently during the night? A major player in this scenario is melatonin, often called the sleep hormone. Your body naturally produces melatonin to signal that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep, regulating your internal sleep-wake cycle, your circadian rhythm. However, as you age, the production of this vital hormone naturally begins to decrease. It's like your body's internal dimmer switch for sleep starts to get a little less effective, making it harder to initiate and maintain that deep, restorative sleep you so desperately need. But it's not just about biology. Think about your daily life. The everyday stresses, the relentless demands of work, the worries about family, perhaps even financial concerns. All these can become unwelcome guests in your bedroom, making your mind race just when you try and switch off. Have you ever found yourself lying awake, replaying the day's events, or planning tomorrow's tasks? Feeling that familiar knot of anxiety tightening in your chest? This mental overload can dramatically affect your sleep quality. And let's not forget about medications. Even some of the very medications you might be taking for diabetes or other age-related conditions can, as an unfortunate side effect, disrupt your sleep patterns. It's a complex tapestry, isn't it? Woven with threads of age, stress, and even necessary treatments. Now, layer diabetes onto this already intricate picture, and the situation can become even more complicated. Imagine trying to sleep soundly when your blood sugar is playing tricks on you. If your glucose levels drop too low during the night, a condition known as nocturnal hypoglycemia, you might wake up drenched in sweat, feeling shaky, or even experiencing nightmares. Conversely, if your blood sugar is too high, you could find yourself frequently needing to use the bathroom, feeling excessively thirsty, or experiencing discomfort that pulls you out of deep sleep. Both high and low blood sugar levels during the night are powerful disruptors, causing frequent awakenings that fragment your sleep and prevent you from reaching those crucial stages of deep, restorative rest. It's a relentless tug-of-war between your body's need for sleep and the unpredictable nature of your glucose levels. And then there's a silent, yet incredibly common villain for many individuals, especially those with diabetes after 40, sleep apnea. Have you, or perhaps your partner, ever noticed loud, frequent snoring, followed by unsettling pauses in your breathing during the night? Sleep apnea is a serious sleep disorder where your breathing repeatedly stops and starts. These pauses sometimes lasting for several seconds, cause your body to momentarily wake up, often without you even realizing it, to gasp for air. This constant cycle of interrupted breathing prevents you from getting quality sleep, leading to profound daytime sleepiness, chronic fatigue, and a significant increase in your risk of developing or worsening cardiovascular diseases, which are already a concern for those with diabetes. It's a particularly insidious problem because it's a vicious cycle. Diabetes can increase your risk of developing sleep apnea, and sleep apnea, in turn, makes it much harder to control your blood sugar, fueling that cycle where poor sleep worsens diabetes, and diabetes makes good sleep harder to achieve. So, you see, the challenges to achieving a truly restful night's sleep after 40, especially when managing diabetes, are multifaceted. They stem from natural aging processes, the stresses of modern life, the side effects of medications, and the direct impact of fluctuating blood sugar levels, all compounded by conditions like sleep apnea. Understanding these whys is the first powerful step towards regaining control. But now that we've shed light on these hidden obstacles, the crucial question becomes, what can you actually do about it? In our next and final segment, we're going to pivot from understanding the problem to actively building solutions, guiding you through practical, actionable steps to create that turbocharged sleep routine you've been waiting for. Get ready to transform your nights and, consequently, your days. In our last conversations, we've journeyed through the intricate dance between your sleep and your blood sugar, uncovering how poor sleep actively works against your diabetes management and why it becomes such a challenge after 40. You've grasped the profound physiological connections from stress hormones to appetite regulation, and you've identified the silent saboteurs like declining melatonin and sleep apnea. Now, the crucial question, the one you've been waiting for, isn't just why is this happening, but what can you actually do about it? It's time to pivot from understanding the problem to actively building solutions to transform those restless nights into a powerful ally. Are you ready to discover how to create that turbocharged sleep routine you've been waiting for, turning your bedroom into a sanctuary of health? Let's dive into practical, actionable steps that can make a profound difference. Think of these not as rigid rules, but as gentle adjustments, powerful strategies to reclaim your nights and, consequently, your days. First, and perhaps most foundational, is the power of consistency. Have you ever tried to establish a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends? Your body thrives on routine, much like a finely tuned instrument. By going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time each day, you're essentially recalibrating your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm. This regularity strengthens your natural sleep-wake cycle, making it easier for you to fall asleep when it's time and wake up feeling more refreshed. Imagine the subtle shift in your energy levels, the quiet calm that comes from your body knowing what to expect. Next, consider your sleep environment. Does your bedroom truly feel like a haven for rest? Picture walking into a space that immediately signals tranquility. For optimal sleep, your bedroom should be dark, quiet, and cool. Even the smallest sliver of light, perhaps from a street lamp or a charging phone, can interfere with melatonin production. So, pull those blackout curtains, silence those notifications, and set your thermostat to a comfortable, slightly cool temperature. Think of it as crafting your personal sleep sanctuary, a place where the outside world fades away and deep rest can take hold. Third, let's talk about your evening habits. Have you ever noticed that evening coffee or that glass of wine just before bed? While it might seem to relax you, caffeine and alcohol are notorious sleep disruptors. Caffeine, as you know, is a stimulant, staying in your system for hours and preventing you from reaching deep sleep. Alcohol, on the other hand, might initially make you feel drowsy, but it fragments your sleep later in the night, leading to frequent awakenings and poor quality rest. Aim to cut off caffeine several hours before bed. For many, that means after lunch. And keep evening meals light, giving your body ample time to digest before you lie down. A heavy, rich meal too close to bedtime can lead to discomfort and disrupted sleep, impacting your blood sugar, as we discussed. Fourth, cultivate a pre-sleep ritual. What if you could consciously signal to your body and mind that it's time to wind down? This isn't about grand gestures. It's about simple, soothing activities. Perhaps it's taking a warm bath or shower, allowing the warmth to relax your muscles and the subsequent cooling to signal sleep. Maybe it's reading a physical book away from blue light screens, listening to calming music, or practicing gentle meditation or deep breathing exercises. These activities create a mental and physical bridge from the day's stresses to a state of readiness for sleep. Have you ever considered setting aside just 30 minutes before bed to truly disconnect and relax? The impact can be profound. Fifth, remember our discussion about sleep apnea and the complex interplay of diabetes and sleep? This brings us to a crucial point. Consult your healthcare provider. If you or your partner suspect you might have sleep apnea, perhaps due to loud snoring, gasping for air, or persistent daytime sleepiness, it is absolutely vital to get tested. Untreated sleep apnea isn't just a sleep problem. It's a significant risk factor for worsening diabetes and cardiovascular complications. Your doctor can guide you on diagnosis and effective treatments, such as a CPAP machine, which can be life-changing. Similarly, open a dialogue with your doctor about your nighttime blood sugar patterns. Are you experiencing frequent highs or lows during the night? Monitoring your glucose at different times overnight, if recommended, can provide invaluable data, allowing your medical team to adjust your medication or lifestyle strategies to minimize those disruptive fluctuations. You see, these aren't just isolated ticks. They are interconnected pieces of a puzzle, forming a powerful strategy to empower you. Small, consistent changes in your routine can cascade into massive improvements in your sleep quality, which in turn will significantly impact your blood sugar control, your energy levels, your mood, and ultimately, your overall quality of life. In summary, my friends, sleep is not a luxury. It is a fundamental pillar of health, especially for you managing diabetes after 40. A well-structured, mindful sleep routine is your secret weapon, a powerful, accessible tool that can help you stabilize your glucose, elevate your mood, reduce stress, and proactively prevent the very complications we discussed. Remember that each of you is unique, and what works perfectly for one person might need a slight adjustment for another. So, experiment with these strategies, listen to your body, and discover what truly helps you achieve that restorative rest. And above all, never hesitate to seek the guidance of a professional, your endocrinologist, a sleep specialist, or a registered dietitian, who can provide personalized support and expertise. Take care of your sleep, cherish your nights, and in doing so, you will take powerful strides in taking care of your health, living a fuller, more vibrant, and happier life than you might have ever imagined possible.